Welcome back to another video of RW Outdoors. Today I brought out my crawler harness tying stuff, and I'm going to show you guys how to tie one of my favorite types of fishing lures. Now I did a video like this in the past before, but I wanted to show you guys more in depth of what to do and some different angles and all that. So what I'm going to be using today is 10-pound Zebco Omniflex line. We're only going to be using about a foot of line. You can use whatever poundage you want. I would recommend maybe more like a 6 for panfish. 10 is good for anything. And then size, I'm using size 6 Eagle Claw plain shank hooks. Now these are a good universal size hook. Not too small, not too big. Anything will bite it, even walleye. And then I'm using here 5 white beads. Now these are average size beads. And then average size red and white spinner. Now this is going to be a very cool little crawler harness. And then also a little clevis that will go onto your line where the spoon goes, in the hole of the spoon, just to prevent the line from getting cut and let it flow better in the water. So now what you're going to do is grab some of your line. I'm just going to use about a foot, so that way you can have little play with whatever you do. So cut that off. You'll also need like some type of cutting device, knife, scissors, whatever. This isn't really a foot, but I recommend doing that. So what you'll do, grab your first hook, slide it down the line about 3.5 inches, about in there. Fold the line over so it's on the top part of the line. Wrap your hook around about 6 to 8 times, or 8 to 10 times, just whatever. So there, I wrapped it 9 times. So then you'll grab your tag end, put it through this little loop that, I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, above the loop of the hook. It formed a little loop with the fishing line. You'll take your tag end and then put through that little loop and then tighten the knot. And then pull on the hook a little bit so it's tight. Good. And then you'll see you have a little bit of line here for your bottom hook. You'll grab it, put it just slightly down the line, do the exact same process. For the bottom hook, put the hook about halfway down the line, fold it over toward the top part of the line, and then wrap it 8 to 10 times. Same way you did the top one. Good. Then grab your tag end, and then you'll see that little loop that I've formed just above the loop of the fishing hook. Then you'll put your little tag in through that loop, just like so. And then you'll grab your tag in, tighten it up, tighten the knot, pull your hook just so it tightens the knot, and just like that you'll have a little leftover, and then we'll talk about that in a second. Then what I like to do with my top hook is straighten it out with your bottom one, and then wrap your line 2 to 3 times around your top hook, just as a trailer hook, so when you have a night crawler on there it won't fall off and it just goes evenly in the water. So now your hooks are on, it'll look something like that. Now we'll take care of this little tag end. You want to leave a little bit, but not noticeable difference, just enough so if your line slips then it won't fall off. So about that much so you can still see it. So you let this down, then you move on, you'll focus your attention on the top part of the line. What you'll do now is thread 4 beads down the line. It depends what size your beads and what size your spoons are on. You'll thread 4 of them down the line. Just like this. So once you have your 4 beads threaded down the line, it'll look something just like this. And then now it's time to put the clevis onto your spoon. So you'll grab your clevis, and then you'll grab your spoon, and then you put one of your loops of your clevis through the loop of your spoon, just like that. Then you'll grab your spoon and clevis, once it's on there. Some of these can be a little challenging, because they're small holes. Grab your line, and then you'll slide your line through both these little holes on the clevis, down the line, just like that, and then you'll grab your last bead, grab that, thread your top bead on, and then it'll look something like this. Now your crawler harness is almost finished. There's one last step that you gotta do, is tie the top loop knot, so that way you can put it on your fishing pole and go fishing. So what you'll do is loop your line back just how you were to do for your hooks, decent length, about 2 inches. Grab onto the base, then tie it just how you were to tie a rope, just any old normal knot, and then loop the loop that you created through the little hole, and then pull it, and that'll be good. You can use any type of loop style you want. And then you'll grab your tag end, cut it about 2 millimeters, just so it's noticeable. And now your crawler harness is finished. You can give it a little spin test, grab both top and bottom. Just, that's what it will look like when it goes through the water. So now that it spins freely, now you can attach it to your fishing pole and go fishing. And I hope you guys learned something. And for some of my local viewers up north, I have some of these hand-tied crawler harnesses for sale at the Joel's Lake store. And now that you know how they're made very easily, and maybe you can make some yourself. It doesn't cost hardly anything. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.